مدد يا رسول مدد يا سادة أصحاب رسول مدد يا مشايخنا دستور وما شاء الله فأزدعسان شيخ محمد الرحمن مدد طريقتنا وصحبه والخير في الجمعية Allah Azze ve Celle Müslümanlara, Allah'a inananlara büyük ikramlarda bulunuyor.
Allah Almighty has provided the Muslims and those who have faith in Him with great divine favors.
Allah Azze ve Celle kimseye muhtaç değil.
Allah Almighty does not depend on anyone.
Herkes Allah Azze ve Celle'ye muhtaçtır.
Everyone depends on Allah Almighty.
Onun vereceği nimetleri kimse veremez.
And the favors Allah Almighty bestows upon us are favors which no one else can give to us.
Onun verdiğini kimse veremez.
No one can give what He Almighty can give.
Vermediğini de kimse alamaz.
And nobody may claim what He denies to give.
İstediği kadar bilgili olsun, istediği kadar kuvvetli olsun.
Regardless of how knowledgeable or how powerful you are, you cannot claim for yourselves what Allah Almighty does not permit.
İstediği kadar kendine akıllı zannetsin.
And no matter how intelligent you think you are, it does not make a difference.
O akıllı olan Allah Azze ve Celle'nin kudretini kabul eder.
The one who is intelligent is the one who accepts the greatness and the almighty power of Allah Almighty.
Ona kul olmaya uğraşır.
The one who is intelligent is the one who struggles and shows effort to become a servant of Allah Almighty.
İstediği yoldan gider ki
the one who is intelligent is the one who follows the way of Allah Almighty.
O yol saadet yoludur.
The way of Allah Almighty is the way of salvation.
İnsanlar mutluluğu ararlar.
People are looking for happiness.
Mutluluk, saadet yolu Allah Azze ve Celle'nin yoludur.
The way of happiness and salvation and bliss is the way of Allah Almighty.
Başka hiçbir yol ferahlık, mutluluk getirmez.
No other way will lead to rejoicement, to refreshment, or to joy or happiness.
Allah Azze ve Celle bize verdiği nimetlerin çok var, nimetleri çok vardır.
There are innumerable favors Allah Almighty gives to us.
Ona ibadet etmek nasip olan insana en büyük hediye olur.
And the greatest favors and the greatest divine gift of all is the ability to worship and pray to Allah Almighty.
Çünkü Allah kimseye muhtaç değil dediğimiz gibi.
As we said, Allah Almighty does not depend on anyone.
O ibadet sana faydadır.
And the worship He allows you to do is a blessing which is beneficial for yourself.
Sana iyiliktir.
It is a blessing and a goodness for you, yourself.
Senin iyiliğin içindir.
Allah Almighty allowing you to worship is a benefit for yourself.
Yoksa ben tanımıyorum, ben kabul etmiyorum. Sen kimsin ki tanısan ne olur, tanımasan ne olur?
To worship Allah Almighty is for your own well-being, and Allah Almighty is not affected by those who deny Him and by those who reject Him. It doesn't matter who are you to not accept Allah Almighty. It doesn't matter whether you accepted Him or not. You are nothing compared to Allah Almighty.
İster bütün dünya tanımasın. Allah Azze ve Celle'nin bizler bırak bütün dünyayı kainat tanımasın.
Even if the entire world denied Allah Almighty, even if the entirety of all existence denied Allah Almighty, it would not affect Allah Almighty at all.
Zerre kadar zarar olmaz Allah Azze ve Celle'ye.
This would not harm Allah Almighty, not in the slightest meaning.
Kendini Şeyh Baba'nın dediği gibi fare rakı, şarap fıçısına düşmüş, çıkmış oradan nasıl çıkmışsa tam şey yapmış, zil zurna sarhoş. Hey demiş, nerede bu kedi? Gelsin şey yapar karşıma. Kedi bir dakikada yutmuş, getirmiş kendisini.
People are not aware of who they are up to. People are in a state of drunkenness, and Mawlana Shaykh Nazim used to describe the state of people so eloquently, and he compared the state of people to a mouse which had fallen into a barrel of wine, of alcohol, and then that mouse managed to escape out of it again, and then that mouse was so drunk that it was boasting and saying audaciously and so bravely, where is the cat? I will fight the cat. And then the cat came and ate the mouse.
Böyledir bu zamanın insanları kabadayılık yapanlar, şey yapanlar, Allah'a karşı gelenler, kafa tutanlar.
And those people who fight to deny or who deny Allah Almighty are in that state of drunkenness. They appear to be brave and audacious and boast about who they are, but they are not aware of who they are up to.
Fare onlardan da çok daha kıymetlidir, daha akıllıdır bile.
And the mouse is even smarter than people these days.
Sarhoş olmadan o şeyler söylemiyordu. Bunlar sarhoş olmadan saçma sapan şeyler söylüyorlar ki.
Because the mouse would not say such things without being drunk. But people these days deny Allah Almighty while they are not drunk.
Kendilerine zarardır.
And thus people harm themselves.
Allah Azze ve Celle hiçbir zararları yok. Allah Azze ve Celle'nin.
And through their denial they will never harm or damage Allah Almighty.
İnsanlara merhameti çoktur.
Allah Almighty's mercy is abundant for people.
Gösterdiği alacakları iyilikler gösterilmiş, o güzel yol gösterilmiş.
And Allah Almighty has shown to people the way of beauty and of goodness, and has shown to them how to benefit from all these blessings and goodness.
Onu devam etsinler diye şey yapmış. Ama
and Allah Almighty has provided us to the extent that we can continuously benefit from the favors of Allah Almighty.
Kendi zararını isteyen insan ona kimse karışamaz.
But those who still deny, those who do bad to themselves, nobody can prevent them from their denial and them harming themselves.
Allah muhafaza etsin.
May Allah Almighty protect us from falling into such a state.
Ahir zaman şerlerinden, şeytanlarından.
May Allah Almighty protect us from the evil of the end of times and from the devils.
İnsan şeytanları şeytandan daha beter olmuş bu zaman.
And may Allah Almighty protect us from the people who have become like devils, because those devilish peoples have become worse than Shaitan himself.
İnsan şeytanları öyle bir şeytan olmuş ki Allah muhafaza etsin, çoluk çocuğu, Müslüman çocuklarını onları bir şey zannedip onlara takip edip onları örnek alıyor.
Because those devilish people appear as role models to Muslim youngsters, to Muslim children, and then they lead Muslim children astray, because those Muslim children think of those people that they were good role models, and then these devilish people are the reasons why so many young Muslim children are led astray.
Allah muhafaza edin şerlerinden.
May Allah Almighty protect us from their evil.
Allah şerlerini kendilerine makus olsun.
And may their evil be their own undoing.
Ve minallah tevfik. El-Fatiha.